Join your hosts, Kenny and DJ, for your weekly dose of pro wrestling excitement.
Would you please shut the hell up?
From the latest news to heated debates, we got you covered. Every week, we dive into the world of professional wrestling, sharing our insights and opinions on the hottest topics. Plus, don't miss our top 3 winners and losers of the week. It's always a showdown.
What you gonna do when Hulkamania destroys you?
But here's what makes us different. We want you to feel like you're right here with us. Our goal is to make you a part of the show, because after all, wrestling is better when it's shared with friends. With 2 years of experience in the wrestling media scene, we're more than qualified to bring you the inside scoop and a fun and lively twist.
What the Rock is cooking.
Get ready for a funny, loud podcast where you're not just a listener, you're a valued member of the conversation. Welcome to the Call Up Podcast.
You're welcome.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kenny and it's your boy DJ from the West Coast, and it is an all new edition of the Call Up Podcast. DJ, can you please let them know? Can you please let the people know what time it is?
It's showtime, folks. Like over here on the west side, like you said, we had K-Dot basically putting his stamp on the summer last night at the Forum on Prime. So no, we're feeling, even with the Celtics winning the damn championship, that's all right. We still feeling good over here.
Now you talk about the Forum, Kendrick. I saw the performance yesterday of what Kendrick bringing out, like all these artists. He brought out Dr. Dre.
Yep.
He had players from like the Clippers come out. It was a good time.
Yes.
There was something, because you brought this up, and I just want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
That they were talking about on the radio was that like LeBron James from the Los Angeles Lakers, he was in attendance, and he's friends with Drake, right? And there was a video of LeBron James singing They Not Like Us, right? And people are now saying there was just like, do you think that the relationship between Drake and LeBron is a little tarnished from there? Like, can he really trust him? And so my question to you is like, would you be friends with somebody like that?
Damn, I guess like that's a tough one, man, because it's like, okay, let's look at it parallel here. So he's in sports, and Drake is a sports fan.
Okay,
that is not a Lakers fan. He wasn't a Cleveland Cavaliers fan.
Nope. He
wasn't a Miami Heat fan. So I would say, hey, if you had a problem with me singing that song, I didn't see you with no jerseys on with my team sitting on the front row. So if you're butthurt by that, let me know. And then this is LeBron James. He can move on and get other friends.
Right.
So,
see, I don't know. For the simple fact, like, I don't know. Maybe I would feel some type of way just because it's like, if me and you are friends, regardless of what team you're rooting for or whatever, right? Like, I'm literally watching a video of you singing a song that is they're referring to me in a negative way. I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, I mean, you get a chance, you get to now, okay? But this is where I'm like, but dog, it is a hit. This song is.
Listen, it is a hit. It is very popular.
Yes.
But I'm still gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm still gonna feel fucking butthurt.
Say, well, you know what? We'll talk again in the fall when the song, it's a song. It's a summer song, right? So it's gonna go.
I don't think. I think that song. I think. They Not Like Us is going to be a song that's going to play all year because
that bad boy went triple platinum already.
You can use that song pretty much for anything.
You can.
I saw a little league team use this song to play their highlights.
I think in my future wedding reception, I think I'm using that bad boy.
Like I was so surprised because I like the way they cut it up and did it. So like that one part when it was like wop 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 wop.
That's
we're like, you gonna fuck them up. They used that as the kids were hitting the bat.
That's dope.
And then showing the other team like missing the ball, and I was like, oh. And then I would feel like Drake looking at LeBron, because now if I'm that kid in that video and I miss the ball and they use that, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, damn it.
So like, well, this is what we doing?
Right. That's what they doing.
Oh man.
But what up, Chad? Chad's in the building.
Chad's in the building right now. TNA came out cooking last night. Best concert I've seen in a long time. Yeah, I mean, it really was. Like
that I mean, I don't care who, what, when, where, you have to admit, like, that was one of the best concerts in a long, like he said, in a long time. We didn't have, because I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of mumble rap. So to finally have an artist that doesn't do mumble rap,
right,
come out and do some real stuff, come out and give me some lyrical content that I can bob my head to, please. Now the man delivered.
So let me ask you this, because there are times where it slips, and you probably won't say much. You probably won't admit this.
Okay.
But if we look at your playlist right now, what do you use? Apple Music or do you use Spotify?
I use Apple Music.
Okay, I use Spotify.
Same difference.
So if we look at your Apple Music right now, is there a song on there right now that if I was to look at it, I'm going to look at you some type of way?
Well, yeah, because first off, I did DJ for a while.
No, but I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a song stuff. I'm not talking about a song that you're gonna play because you have to, because it's your like, I understand that you DJ parties and stuff like that, right? But like a song that like you're in your car, it is just you, and you know what? I'm gonna put this on.
Right. Absolutely. There's absolutely gonna be some songs you're gonna look at me. Like, I have no doubt there are some songs out there you're gonna look at me like, what the hell? What the hell? And I'm gonna know every word to it.
Okay, so I don't know every word to certain music that I have on my playlist. But for like the weirdest thing, I find myself listening, and not because she was on NXT.
Okay.
But I do find myself listening to like Sexy Red from time to time. She has some catchy hooks in like certain songs that she has and stuff like that. But I don't know, just my guilty pleasure.
Hey, like you said, guilty pleasure. I couldn't do it. Look at Chad. Like, see, Chad is in the song. He probably knows. I bet you he knows every run in the song in the song Gone.
Oh, that's when. Listen, Gone is when,
baby girl, you're gone.
Everybody knew that Justin was gonna leave the group and be on his own. Like, remember, he had that solo part.
That's true.
And everyone's like, Gone, right? And and he just was like he really elevated that lyric, and I was like, I don't know. This is the end. Like, this is the end thing, bro. Like, I don't know.
You might on the same album, it was Girlfriend. Like, when they did the song Girlfriend, I was like, so first off, this is the bump. like, and I didn't say that about a whole lot of NSYNC songs,
right?
And then, like you said, JT's part, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's over. So this is the last album.
We said Boston won the NBA championship. We kind of just brushed it off a little bit because obviously,
begrudgingly,
yeah, we just wanted to acknowledge. We just wanted to acknowledge that,
Yeah, I'm sure the fake cave did some
yeah, we let the fake cave
cartwheels.
acknowledge that one. We're not gonna. Yeah, hey, congratulations to Boston. You guys won.
Meh.
But going back to my man Justin over here, I did hear some sad news from Justin Timberlake. Did you seen he got arrested for DWI?
Oh, Jay, come on, man! You got
come on, man. You have enough. You know what's the one thing I hate is like I hate these celebrities that they get caught driving under the influence. Like you make so much money than we do. You tell me you can't hire a driver?
They can. Man, or get they got stuff like Uber Black and stuff. You know, Uber, like you can be still luxury on an app. You know?
Exactly.
NFL, NFL got a free app. Like they really have no excuse.
Okay. Chad goes, Need to Know is Not Like Us a top 5 diss song of all times. I would say
absolutely.
I would say yeah.
Absolutely.
I would have to say yeah.
No question. No question. Nobody can name 6 diss songs that are better than that one. Like, so come on.
Left
yeah,
Cloud yellow
said,
cab.
Damn, even a yellow cab.
Yeah. Even the yellow cab is like
get your drunk ass in a car with somebody else driving. Like this.
Exactly.
Somebody
like
at the place.
Too much money, bro. And I guarantee you could just go into a cab tipsy and they see you and they're like, hold on, Justin Timberlake? Fuck that. I'll take
down
you
the
home.
Street and see some.
I got you. Come in.
Yeah. See some bro. Hey man, I'm drunk. Oh, I got
Mr. Timberlake, come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Poppy, come here. You come.
Yep. Come on, man. No, that's a.
Maybe we
need to have a segment called "Come On, Man." And
yeah,
just like they used to do on ESPN, and that
like,
he would make it right now.
Last question before we get into the news here, and of course, I wanted to wait for people to come into the chat so we can get their responses too. And that is, what is your favorite ice cream?
So my favorite ice, just the base flavor.
Yeah, and then like your favorite topping, like. I tell you, hey DJ, I'm going to the store. I'm gonna get some ice cream, and you're gonna tell me get me some
butter pecan.
Okay.
Yep.
What kind? And a topping?
So butter pecan. That's the thing with butter pecan. It's kind of hard to put a topping on it because it's got a lot of flavor already. Mm-hmm. So my favorite topping is warm chocolate, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But. So topping is tough for that. Like so if we go vanilla, then that's okay. So like you said, hot chocolate.
Right.
I like when you go to Cold Stone, like you know, I'll do the crushed Reese's cups.
Okay.
Because chocolate and peanut butter are just my thing. So yeah, and then sometimes they also have peanut butter. Like you can put peanut butter in there. So yeah, stuff like that. Like that. Man, you guys, make me go get ice cream after this show.
Hey, listen, we got to make people hungry. I don't know. For me, I'm so... Because I try a little bit of everything. I'll probably say cookies and cream and then add some caramel to it just to give it a little different taste to it, to the cookies and cream.
There's not a lot of wrong answers to this.
No. It's just going to be sweet as hell. And you can get diabetes as diabetes. You know what I mean? So, and you got to say it with that.
It's
with that voice.
Diabetes.
It's diabetes, but it's a diabetes.
No,
That's how I grew up saying it.
Right.
With the lazy eye.
Homeboy used to have the commercial. Yeah. Now you got diabetes.
Yep. And you know the crazy thing is, just speaking of that commercial before we get into the news, is like they never corrected him. So like you had millions of people in the world who watched this commercial, and I guarantee you that these people to this day still say diabetes instead of saying diabetes.
Well, you know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, I know what they're saying.
Like, give them their insulin shot and quit messing with them.
Shit.
Let them keep diabetes. In fact, I think
saying,
there's a T-shirt somewhere.
Yeah.
With that. I think
there is. That's the crazy shit. There is.
Yeah. No, I think I might get that.
I had to read some responses here. Clown was saying that Ben and Jerry's, Chunky Monkey, or Mint Oreo. So he'll take either or.
Okay.
Cookies and cream with toppings, with a topping of hot fudge. That came from Chad.
Okay.
Let's see. Chad also said with the butter pecan ice cream with a little sea salt will change your life. Really?
Chad
Okay.
trying to change lives around here.
You know. Ben and Jerry's also got a Boston cream pie flavor. Really? You know, Boston. Ben and Jerry's. I want to know where to come up with.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Where to come up with these?
You know where they come up with these flavors.
Like they just sit around and you say no.
Dude, they hot box.
Really?
And then then after they get nice and hot box, and then they go, all right, now what do you want right now? And then they start writing it down.
That's crazy. Because I always wonder like where they come up with these ideas where they just start mixing shit together, and it's like, you know what, this is it right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're gonna name. Not what we're gonna name it. But like, yo, crazy foot, salty caramel, like that, some stupid shit like that.
But then do it taste right when you when you eat it. They don't care what you think of the name.
I mean, listen, I'm sure that it's gonna taste good to them,
right?
Because they just mixing all this shit together.
And then Clown, I just can't find myself to eat something that's like Boston stuff. So
the hatred is real for that one. Let's see. So let's so we can get into the news now. Clash of the Castle was last weekend. It was on Saturday.
There he is.
Look who's in the building. Welcome back. My man Jamal is in the house. What's up, Jamal? Cheers to you.
Yes.
Welcome back. You're safe and sound from deployment. Glad to see it.
And I read his post. He found scorpions and shit.
Yeah. That's how I knew he was bad, because he popped up on my feed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I sent him a message. I was like, yo, are you back? So it was good to see. It's good to see Jamal in the building right now.
Yeah, it is.
So Clash of the Castle was on Saturday.
Yes.
A very interesting pay-per-view. I was a little upset, even though we know the wrestling is fake. Obviously we know this, right? And everything's scripted and all this other stuff, but damn, like when I was watching the Chad Gable Sami Zayn match, mm-hmm. like I got invested.
Okay.
Like I legit felt like
that's what we do this for.
I legit got upset
mm-hmm.
at the fact that he lost again. Like, why? Like I was to the point where like I wanted to be that guy that went online and was just like, fuck WWE. Like Chad Gable needs to do better.
Click you claim.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like if you tired of the producers being all in the videos, like yo, kind of AEW. Like that's how I felt. You know what I mean? Like for Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it was a good match though. Like
yes, it was.
Excellent match.
Yeah, because like I told everybody last week, so I had a buddy trip to Vegas, so I made everybody watch in the morning. Like we were making breakfast and stuff, and I had it on the TV. Like, no, this is what we're watching. Everybody sit down and shut up. Yeah, man. Like so that was one of the matches that people was like, oh, that was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Because they weren't, they didn't know it, like how many, like they weren't emotionally invested in Chad Gable winning this thing, so they they were satisfied with the match. I just know that there's going to be other stuff coming. Like that's why it didn't really bother me as much. It would have been nice. I know.
No, I mean, they fucking with my man Chad Gable, and we're gonna get into why I say they fucking with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We'll get into like the other segments of the show, and I'll voice my frustrations when it comes to Chad Gable and like just the fuckery that goes on with him. You know what I mean? Like it's the same shit like my man Rico Suave. It's like you put him in all this stuff, and then of course you don't want to sign back with the company because you be like, oh, what you gonna do next? You gonna put me against Judgment Day? Have fucking Damian Priest fuck me up again? I'm gonna be fighting Dirty Dom next.
Dirty Dom. Well, it looks like he's about to be fighting the 6.
Shit, he would have took Chad Gable's spot. If that was the case.
Yep.
We got new women tag team champions.
We talked about that a little bit on our.
Yep. And I said I wanted them to win.
Right.
And they came out victorious. I think they're gonna do a good job being the women's champion, women's tag team champions. They did a fucking amazing job in when they were a part of NXT. Right. So, and they're a legit tag team. So it's.
Yep. No, they're gonna be just fine. Like you said, like so now, okay, we have a actual tag team that's the tag team champions. Their rivals that they had at NXT are on the main roster as well. So we're gonna I'm pretty sure we're gonna revisit those matches. So yeah, now
Chad, we gotta get into that, Chad.
Yeah,
it's on the list.
So now we got go ahead and build these let there be some tag teams, and let them go. Let them it reminds me of the '80s tag team division in WWE. How you had on any given night you could have a damn good tag team match because you had these established tag teams. So let them do it. You got it now. You finally have enough women to have compelling storylines for the world title and compelling storylines for tag team titles.
Piper Niven versus Bayley was good.
Yep.
It was
as we knew.
Match. I think it's something that Bayley, not for nothing, I think Bayley needed that match more than Piper Niven's did.
For it to be, like you said, a good match, like you're saying, and we're not really it wasn't really about the outside interference and all that. Just we were in the ring.
Yep.
And then Piper she doesn't get enough credit for her in-ring work.
Right.
She doesn't get enough. But I'm glad she got she got a main event spot. You know what I mean? So I say a win for all. I think this went Chelsea Green showed that she's because that's what I think her role. That's her best role. That's what she was. Is that manager and being out that. That pest outside the ring. I think that's great. And then so I think it was just a win all overall.
I said this the last time that you had some stuff you had to do and I ended up jumping in with the knuckleheads. And I said I really think that Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis did not like Chelsea Green.
No.
Because she didn't get the opportunities she's getting now. Like Chelsea Green, even being the sidekick to Piper Niven's, works so well.
Yes.
Because she's the hype person that you need in order to get somebody over.
Right.
And she does it so well.
Yes.
Even that clash.
All that. In wrestling in general, you need those. Imagine 80s wrestling without Bobby Heenan, for example. Imagine if Bobby Heenan didn't exist. Can you imagine? I mean, it's hard for you to even imagine that, right? So you need those people. You need Jimmy Hart hollering and jumping around with his megaphone. You need that. So, and Chelsea Green is in that. She's in that discussion.
For sure.
So,
I really thought that at some point that maybe they would have changed it and say, you know what, let's give her the title and see what happens. But you know, the babyface Bailey is coming back. I'm waiting for the hugs to start forming again, because like I don't know, I see it every single week that she comes out. It's starting to come little by little. She's smiling way too much at the fans. She's giving high fives. I'm just waiting for the hugs. That's it.
And the old theme song.
Yep. I mean, that's not gonna come back anymore. I don't think that theme song will ever come back. I think that's just, you know, buried in the archives of WWE. But I could see the hugs. I could see the hugs definitely coming back, especially that she's the role model. And it's like, okay, what role model are you giving us now? Let's see. Chad was saying that it was too soon for Jade and Bianca to drop the titles. I don't think it was too soon because they really wasn't doing much with it.
And it's hard. Like, they're just so dominant. It's like, you know, I guess it was starting to become, okay, how do we keep writing a program where the other team even compares? You know, because they're so powerful. Like, they're so powerful, and so dominant that's probably just started to get hard for them to. It's like, okay, this is too hard to write. let's move on here.
Jay Vaughn is new to the show. He said Rhea Ripley be back in WWE with Buddy Matthews. The last time I heard, Buddy Matthews is still with AEW. I don't think his contract is fully up yet. I know he wanted out of the contract. I think Rhea Ripley is like somewhat close.
Everybody in that faction went out.
Yeah, I think it was only like maybe like one person in that faction that was like, "Yeah, I'll stay." In AEW. I seen Rhea Ripley doesn't have the arm cast anymore, so I'm just like, okay, let's see how that goes. You know what I mean? I'm assuming they probably will wait until Money in the Bank to bring her back, or wait for SummerSlam and make him a little bit more bigger. And then you know, just have her come back around that time of SummerSlam. But yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. With Rhea Ripley, I guess she's enjoying her time off.
Yeah, no, I think SummerSlam would be great. And you know, maybe an interference or something like that. And then, like, you know, people come back in like even better shape when they have a little time off. Which I don't like her. I can't. It's hard for me to even imagine her being in better shape than she already was.
I mean,
but somehow they do it.
I'm assuming she's gonna come back like more skinnier, like more fit wise than before. Because I remember when she was really sitting there working out, like the shoulders was super wide. You know what I mean? So you're gonna see that. I mean, everyone comes back from an injury and looks good, except for Seth Rollins, which we'll get into that a little bit later. As far as like my man Seth Rollins came back on Monday. You laugh, but it's true. Like you seen him come out on Monday, and we seen what we got.
The reason why I started laughing is I was trying to think of a rebuttal, but
no, because you can't. It doesn't work. It's just whatever you say, I'm gonna say that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
The lie detector said that was a lie.
We had Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles in an I Quit match. The match was okay. Like, I'm still not convinced with the whole Cody championship run. Like chasing the story and finishing the story, that was good for him. But like the title run that he's having now, it's still boring.
They gotta stop using his mom. They gotta stop doing it. That was the thing that because I had to continuously. So one thing about watching these things with people that are casual, it does. So it starts to spark things. It's like, okay, that maybe that it like, because us doing this all the time, and then so we're used to seeing what we're seeing, right? So they were very confused by that. Why does he keep going out there, like talking to his mom in the middle of a world like he's supposed to be going for a world title? Why is he talking to the mother? Like he has him down. I was like, yeah, you got a point. So I was like, they need to stop that. Like, you need to stop. It was great for the WrestleMania story with Rock messing with her, but you're not the Rock, so stop. And they kind of, like I told you, like, so the last week I was like, okay, he's got to be nasty in this match,
right?
And they tried to do it at the end where like the match is over and he hits him anyway. I'm like, you didn't hit him hard enough. Like it should have been like repeated, like pounding him with the stairs,
right?
To showing that he needed to, like, because he's got to get out of white meat babyface. You got to show, hey, you mess with me, no matter how much smiling I'm doing, when we get to the match, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's the babyface that we like. And he's got to do it. Like, so yeah, I'm glad that he still hit him even after the he already gave up and they rang the bell and everything, but it wasn't good. Like, no, you needed to pound, like, the stuff. He was just messing with your mother. Like, you needed to beat the hell out of him with the stairs.
I hated
even with
that.
the match over.
Right. I hated that ending for that match for the simple fact that, like, you're telling me that you're handcuffed to the corner rope, and just because he has the steps in his hand, you're gonna say I quit? Like, we just didn't see you 4 years ago in a match with the Undertaker, getting your ass whipped, getting hit with shovels, getting put underneath, like, on the floor, almost getting run over by a bike. Like,
I quit.
All the battles this guy had with Samoa Joe when Samoa Joe was in WWE.
And in TNA, they had some.
Samoa Joe put him through the wall.
Right.
You said I quit because he had some steel chairs in his hand.
It's still stairs, and you're handcuffed in the corner. I quit. Like, like he had a gun. I'm quit.
If he had like a sledgehammer, then I'd be like, all right. And that gives me a reason. That gives me a reason to be like, okay.
Almost anything.
Fuck the stairs. You've been hit plenty of times with the stairs.
Yeah,
and he still hit you anyway.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you on the reason for quitting. Yeah, that was pretty weak. That was weak.
That is true. What Klein was saying is just like, why he just didn't run to the other corner. He could have did that too.
Anything.
But I say I quit.
I mean, it was like, like let me tell you something. Like that. That's the way he was quitting. Like, it's like, damn, it's like he was holding a gun or a machete or something. Like,
Brandon, he also, I give it to Brandon because he did come up with a really good excuse. He's just like, well, he's getting old, and he was like, oh, that's no, hilarious. My back, I quit.
That back was screaming, and he's like, you know what? I had enough of this match.
All right, Brandon. I'm gonna give Brandon that one because it's like, okay, the age is getting there, but still, man, just to the simple fact that you're gonna be like, I quit from seeing the steps is crazy. We had the El Champion, Damian Priest, aka Gay Undertaker, come out and defend his title against Popeye's Biscuits, Drew McIntyre.
Here we go.
This match was good.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that I hated was the fact that they brung in CM Punk. Now, I understand that him and Drew McIntyre have like this thing going on, and stuff like that. But I think that it would have been better if you just would have left it 1-on-1 and just have a clear winner. No interference. I think Drew at least deserved that.
This is wrestling. Nobody deserves anything. Listen, we knew this was going to happen. Come on now. This whole time, CM Punk was screwing with Drew McIntyre for weeks. Like where he was running around there. He had him running around the arena and everything. We knew that CM Punk was going to be in this match at some point. You knew it. Come on.
He could have came after.
No. No. And you knew Drew was not going to win this world title. Like the whole people booing and like listen, like you know what? Scratch that. I know this was his hometown. They thought they really got pulled into he was going to win this thing. We say it on this show all the time. Disappointment is actually part of the show. That's why you keep watching. And you got every single thing you wanted. Think about it. If every single thing you wanted happened all the time, it would get boring and you wouldn't watch it anymore.
See, and this is why I told you that I was getting way too invested in this pay-per-view. Because I'm like, shit, just give Drew McIntyre a chance. Just let him fucking lose clean. Give him a chance. Like, come on now. No. But they said no. They had to bring in the CM Punk storyline in there.
And that was great camera work, by the way, when CM Punk slid in to do the count. Great kick. Because nobody saw, like, I did not think that was CM Punk until he didn't. Until he got to 2. I was like, wait, is that CM Punk? And then I was like, oh shit, it is. So yeah.
Besides, I say Clash of the Castle was good. You know, I give it the crowd tried to outdo France, but I'm sorry.
No.
France is still number 1.
No.
I don't think anyone is going to top those people. They went all out.
Yes. All night.
Yep.
Like all night. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The French crowd was just too good. Like it's not going to happen. Which is fine. Like that's they you know, no, I don't think anybody's going to beat them. So that's not something to be mad at. Because they were still in the show, like they were still enjoying, like, you know, up to the end, they were enjoying themselves. At least they had some kind of hometown folks win a title.
Yeah.
Okay, so they got something.
I think, like, it was just like, okay, they at least had one person go in and win, because they wasn't gonna give it to everybody, and at least it went to the women's tag team champions. Because the other 2 main titles, they were really going to try and hold off on it and say, you know what, like, nah, we're going to wait.
And then just to, like, so Brandon here, he's saying, you know, I don't know, like, Puerto Rico was pretty dope, and they were. And they had a lot of energy. But, I mean, again, go listen to that French crowd all night. I mean, I'm talking from the first match to the last. Like, for every 2 count. The entire crowd is invested. Okay. Puerto Rico was great, but they weren't doing that. So, like, every 2 count, they were chanting with every 2. I was like, what is this? You know, so, you know, yeah. So,
that's what I was saying. Like, France was on point.
I'm talking about France, yeah. So,
yeah, France was on point.
You know, so like I said, Puerto Rico, no shade in Puerto Rico was dope. It was dope.
My people came out. My people definitely came out.
In fact, it made me want to go to a show in Puerto Rico. Okay, but France is just like right now. For now, they're just I don't see nobody matching that.
You know what? I wonder. And we will have to do a poll on the Instagram page just to see.
Okay.
But whose entrance was better?
Okay.
Was it Bad Bunny in Backlash Puerto Rico, or was it Jey Uso in Backlash with the fans chanting his song? And because that's for me personally, it's neck and neck. Like I have to literally go back to both and really sit there and watch it and be like, just because the Jey Uso one is so fresh in your mind,
right?
Like I would say, go back and watch the Bad Bunny entrance, and then watch the Jey Uso entrance, and then say to yourself, like, which one was better?
It's just so hard to pick against somebody that came out for their home crowd. I could see people like singing with happy tears in their eyes as he's walking down the aisle with that and singing his song. Like everybody singing the song. That's just hard to beat. Like for a party atmosphere, now Jay got him right. Like so they were partying with Jay, which is wonderful. Like that's he's over. Like the man is way over than you could be. Okay, but for Bad Bunny to come into his hometown, be in great shape. Okay, the outfit was down. He picked the perfect theme song to come out to. Everybody was just singing in unison with him, and was just you could tell like they were, just the love was in the whole stadium as he walked in. So that is just I know the amount of pride that Puerto Ricans have. And that's what I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, so if Jay did that same thing at like say the 49er stadium, then I would say okay, because that's where he's from. So I'm like, I think it would have the same feel. So I mean, Brandon, yeah, I feel like it was organic. And it's kind of organic because it's kind of like the yes chant. Like it's like a chant that we like a yeet is we know what we're doing when he comes out. Dude, they were like for Bad Bunny, they were just singing. Like it wasn't a set thing. It wasn't a thing.
They went word for word.
Yeah, I'm going to argue that the Bad Bunny thing was more organic. It's like no, they just the song was on. They just organically started singing in unison. Like that, to me, that's more organic than doing something that is in a wrestling show every week that we know to do.
That's
so
true.
I'm going to say that I'm going to argue with you there and say the Bad Bunny thing was more organic.
So your vote is Bad Bunny. I'm a little torn.
That,
I remember the Bad Bunny, entrance very well. I don't know. I probably have to go with you on that point and just say like the Bad Bunny one for me was probably more better than Jey Uso's. Everyone else here in the chat is basically going for Jey Uso, and I encourage you guys because it's so fresh in your mind.
Yeah,
just go back in, watch the Bad Bunny one, then watch the Jey Uso again. And then just hit us up on Instagram at the Call Up Podcast.
Yep.
And let us know which one. The poll will be up tomorrow, Friday. And you just let us know, and we'll share the results with everybody later in the weekend. Going into another topic, and this is something that I put in here, even though their ratings is still trash. Right, and so is their attendance. But I really think that AEW has something going right now. Like they're starting to climb up a little bit.
Okay.
And they could hit that boom that they're looking for. And the reason why I say that is because MJF has been back with AEW for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. And he had a match with Roosh on Wednesday. And this match could have been a quick 1, 2, 3. It could have just been like MJF being dominant. No, they literally went back and forth with each other in this match. Roosh was dropping MJF in every single corner. And I love the commentary because the commentary was just like, man, he's just recovering from a shoulder injury. And Taz is like, that takes a while. Like, you can still hurt yourself. Like, it's like he was taking the little things that he learned from WWE and incorporating it into the AEW commentary team. Yep. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it was good. Like that match, I was glad that match was the first match of the night. Because when the TV came on and the show came on, I was just like, why is MJF the first match? I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking squash. And the shit lasted 18 minutes.
Right. And Javon, if you know Rush, tell him about the show. We'll have him on. Tell him about the show.
Exactly. If you're good friends with him, please tell him to come on.
No, that was an excellent match, and especially for a match to get MJF in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, like I actually enjoy Taz. Like that's one of the things about Dynamite that I actually enjoy every week is listening to Taz. Because he's funny. Like first he's funny, he's kind of funny, but at the same time, like you said, he knows how to sell something. Like even somebody could botch and he'll tell you like something kayfabe to try to get you to like see he messed that up because this, that, and the other. I'm like, you know what? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to cover for the wrestlers when they botch.
Oh yeah.
So no, I really appreciate Taz. But yeah, no, excellent match for MJF to get back in there. Yeah, and I agree. Like that, having that be the opener, it did work. It did work for the show.
Another reason why I say that AEW can be hitting that boom. Mm-hmm. We have Rico Suave, aka Ricochet. He's a free agent. Mm-hmm. He could land in AEW any day because they don't have that non-compete clause anymore with WWE. Mm-hmm. So he could just show up at a random Dynamite and challenge Ospreay or Swerve or whoever to a match. And it's going to be fucking good. Did we forget that the man Becky Lynch is also a free agent? And money talks. And I'm sure that Tony Khan is going to roll that fucking truck out of money and be like, hey, this is what we can offer you.
Mm-hmm. And that's given that these people are actually free agents.
Right.
But let's put that side note in there because we've already been taken for a ride for a couple of people with a couple of people that were really signed, but they let us think that things that they weren't signed, you know. Right. So just because they know we watch dirt sheets, okay. Mm-hmm. Which I would like. Again, it's the new kayfabe. Okay, use dirt sheets and the internet to have you have these storylines that you can have kind of blur into those to even though you already did the deal. So that's right. You know, so Kenny is saying these things as if let's take him for their word that that he's not signed and that the man is not signed either. Which would be interesting. Again, my problem is that once, let's say they are in there, it's the booking. So like, okay, they got Forbidden Door coming up.
Yep.
So if AEW goes in there and dominates Forbidden Door again, somebody like me is going to be like, why am I watching this pay-per-view anymore? If I know the AEW stars are just going to win every time, why am I watching this?
No, you're right.
Okay, so like you said, they have a chance. Like there is a chance. Like I agree with you. There is a chance that right now, even let's say you don't even sign those people, you still right now with the roster you have, you have a chance to have some people start to watch your product. But if you were just going to go in there and run over New Japan again, why am I watching this?
Yeah, I'm definitely would just be like, when that pay-per-view comes on, there's like no way I'm spending $50.
No, I'm going to Dave and Buster's. I'm gonna have a beer. So I essentially spend about $20 because I get like a quesadilla and a beer,
Right.
and they let me sit there and watch the whole time.
There you go.
But it like I want to see like I want to see like so I want to see some titles. I want to see some people in New Japan win titles. Basically, is what I'm
like.
thinking.
I want to be shocked when I watch this. Like, holy shit! I can't believe he actually won.
That's what exactly.
Because we forget, like you see, Mercedes.
Yep.
Is putting her title on the line.
Right.
But then so was the girl from New Japan. She's putting her title on the line. And I'm just like, oh, are you really going to give this girl 2 titles?
Yes. See, I want the New Japan girl to win.
I do too.
And in fact, most of my when we do the picks, most of my picks are going to be New Japan. It's because I want to see that, like, because I'm tired of watching this pay-per-view and AEW just runs roughshod over the New Japan folks. Like, if I were the promoter, I'm like, why are we doing this with you? How is this helping my company? How's this putting over any of my wrestlers?
Exactly.
So,
because that doesn't happen with AEW talent, because a lot of the time Tony is just like, okay, well, my people are going to go over, and that's just it.
Right. Because my dad has the most money, so
exactly.
so whoever I say goes over. Come on, man.
And there was another name that was rumored to maybe come to AEW, which, not for nothing, if this is true and this actually happens, like, I want to see what happens to the family relationship between these two. And that's Shane McMahon reaching out to talent in AEW about possibly coming to AEW to work.
Work and do what?
I don't know. He wants to wrestle.
So that wouldn't. So I think he would embarrass himself, to be honest with you.
Right.
Okay, if he went there to, like, be a wrestler, be a talent on the show, he would embarrass himself. He couldn't even get through a segment at WrestleMania. Okay.
Yeah, people forgot about that.
Okay. He's definitely not going, like, this ain't WCW. He's not going there to buy it. He produced one of the worst Royal Rumbles ever. So if you're saying he's going there to write, that's not good either. Dude, just sit your ass down somewhere. Like, just either go back home or sit down. Is basically what I would say to Shane.
I thought it was like, at first I thought it was fake, and then I seen like Fightful talking about it and stuff like that, and I was just like, oh shit, this shit could be actually real. Like, we're really gonna get Shane McMahon in AEW. And I was like, why would you even do that?
Oh, Brandon, why did you put that up there?
AEW, wow. Brandon, we could see that.
Oh,
we could see that, Brandon.
Why you put that up there?
That's the crazy part about it is that Tony Khan is so amped up on trying to beat WWE that he's gonna have somebody like Shane McMahon come in and just come up with these crazy ideas and think that it's gonna make money.
Are you watching the Who Killed WCW?
Yes.
Okay. So did you see the last episode?
No, I missed the last episode. I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow.
Okay. So So this kind of goes with the last episode that just came. So they start talking about Russo in this last episode, and this goes with what you're talking about. What we're talking about here. If Shane were to come in and let's say be somebody backstage, it would be like Russo going to WCW. Don't do like it, and as you watch this show, it's like, damn, AEW's doing like they're almost like word for word doing everything the WCW was doing. Stop going down this path. It's all we want competition. Like, this is a show. In case you're new to this show, we want AEW to thrive. Like, it's great to have competition. So we want AEW to be a good show.
So, you know what? Not for nothing. I'm probably gonna get some shit about this. I really don't even care. But if you guys don't start stepping up your game and doing what you need to do in order to be a top company, then you deserve to close.
Well,
that's it.
I mean, yeah,
that's it.
True. That's true too.
Stop being lazy.
Rising tides raises all boats that don't have holes in
it. Yep. Think outside the box.
Right.
All right. And get these numbers up. You got the talent. There's people out there.
Yep.
Hey, get your
the roster is there. They don't even need to sign these new. They don't need to sign anybody new. They don't need any more talent.
Nope.
It's in the locker room right now. So that's what every time these free agents come, if somebody's a free agent, he's gonna go to. I'm like, actually, they don't need them. They don't need anybody else. They got it right there in the locker room. Write the show where I want to come back and watch it.
Yep.
That's what he's not. That part he doesn't quite get. Like, make it where I want to come back.
Mm-hmm. If I was TNA, I would try and sign a lot of these free agents.
Mm-hmm.
Just as like, okay, let's see what you can do for us here that you did in, say, AEW or WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Can you bring your fans over here and raise our numbers? Like, I would have a clause, and I would have something in the contract. Like, if I'm trying to sign Becky Lynch, I'm like, hey, we're doing, let's just say 300,000, viewership every week. Now we bring in Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guarantee that you're gonna get us from 3 to 7? If you can do that on a consistent basis, you will get a bonus. So that will raise your pay even more. So, like, I'm gonna offer you $3 million in the course of 3 years. So it's $1 million every year. But if you can get the numbers up, we're gonna offer you a bonus on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on, it's like levels. It's like, okay, if we're making 300 every week, now you come in, we're at 7, and then we're going up to like 8, and it stays like that on a consistent basis. I don't know, give them like $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least they're gonna see revenue back in that anyway.
Right. Or like, because it looks like we're kind of going into one of your topics you have here of TNA and WWE, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one thing I did think about, like, what if TNA just went on and got TKO just went on and absorbed them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you just gave so imagine TNA with the production value of WWE. Like, let them keep the name, let them be a complete, so they're a completely different world. Like, just keep it like that. Just kind of like they do, because they can do it because they kind of do it with NXT. And but they're gonna have a bigger platform, so they're gonna get seen by more eyes. Now you have another place to like, so if somebody like say Ricochet is saying, hey, I'm not getting enough opportunities. All right, let's have you go. Like now you're a world title candidate for TNA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go have some matches with Moose.
Oof.
Right.
And for a big guy, Moose can move. So.
Moose can move. So that's what I'm saying. So what if they did like that's what I kind of think is happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kind of think is happening. Because notice how they're like almost like they're almost kind of doing this now. Like and they're now they're starting to bring even their wrestlers in. Moose even said he would like to be like go over there and have some matches. So I kind of think this is happening.
Mm-hmm. See, like what Ken was saying, he was like storylines creates appointment TV, which then creates ratings. You have to, at minimum, have 3 to 4 great storylines. But how many times have we seen Raw on a Monday and give us crappy storylines for 3 hours?
Especially with no competition.
Yep.
Yes, like there was just like it becomes a variety show, right? They're just giving you a variety of things, with no direction because there's no competition. It's like let's just give everybody time, make sure everybody gets in the ring, and that's it.
Right.
When there's actual competition is when they actually ratchet things up and go, okay, now all these storylines need to have something behind it. Like we need some meat behind everything that goes out of this curtain. We need some meat behind it.
Right.
So see, now we're getting that now with Raw. Like the Raws lately, I'm like, okay, I can tell everything that has come on the screen at this Raw look like somebody like really put some time in to write this instead of just sending them out there.
And even when I was talking about the whole like TNA, WWE, like in the kitchen cooking, on NXT when they did the Battle Royal, like you seen that TNA used their storylines, brought it over to NXT to continue it, which I thought was great because now for the casual fan who maybe doesn't watch TNA, but they know who Joe Hendrick is because of the song that they seen on Instagram.
Right.
They're like, oh, wait a minute, like this guy's like legit good, and why is this other guy trying to fight him?
Right. And then most people know Jordan. Even if you haven't watched TNA, you know who Jordan is.
Yep.
For example.
So it's like you're gonna tune in to TNA now because you want to see what happened from NXT to TNA. So it's smart. They're playing their position well.
Yep.
Because those talents were used all throughout the night. Right.
That's right.
Smart business with TNA. I give them that much.
So now you're seeing where I'm like I think they're about to go TKO.
Right.
Get on a better television network. And it's over. Like like what if they have all TNA really needs is more eyes. That's all they really need. Because they've been doing good work for a while. They just don't have the eyes. Like they have the eyes and the production value. It's over. It's over. They'll be a wrestling company people talk about on the street.
Yep. Speaking of production value, so we seen that main event Jey Uso is going to qualify for Money in the Bank.
Yep, he did.
And then the match ends. And they once again, when they did the wide out pan angle, I said something's gonna happen because it's a dead giveaway when they do that,
right?
And sure
which is
enough,
fine. That makes you keep because you're about to walk away from the television.
Well, of course, 3 hours of
Right.
Raw. Like
Yeah.
you want to go
Or you're
to
about to
sleep.
turn, or you're about to do something, right? And then wait, something's about just like it used to be. Like for those of you who wasn't around for the Monday Night Wars, that's what it was. This is like the Monday Night Wars. Like so, it was some match would happen, but you knew not to walk away until they were all the way off the air because something's gonna happen.
Right.
And then go ahead. Yeah. Then go ahead, Kenny.
The lights start to dim. You start hearing all the like the sounds of the lights just shutting off, like just power shutting off, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, because obviously they had the rumors that the Wyatt family was gonna start popping up on Raw, and I was just like, is this just gonna be like a little teaser type of thing, like something small? Maybe the lights cut out.
Yeah, that's
the
what
lantern. The lantern would be in the middle of the ring, just because Jey Uso was just like the Fireflies are his now, and all this other stuff, right? So I was just like, oh man, something's gonna happen to Jey Uso. Nothing happens to Jey Uso. The door shows up, and this is when I mean the production that WWE went to make this happen was so movie-like that this is why I say, if you want to get into movies, you want to get into Hollywood, you want to get into these TV deals, WWE is the place for you to be. Because they give you that creative touch to help you get into Hollywood.
Right.
The way the door opens and you go for a while, and then Nikki Cross comes out, and then she sits up and she points to the back, and now you're doing the whole slow camera angle, and you're seeing people on the floor. The gorilla position is destroyed. All the lights are off. Chad Gable got shot in the head, allegedly. You know what I mean?
Blood smeared everywhere.
I hated the simple fact that was the first thing that people came out of. It was like, oh my God, Chad Gable died. He got shot in the head. When have you ever seen somebody get shot in WWE? You may have seen somebody point a gun, like Brian Pillman did.
We've seen limos get decimated by trucks while they were in them.
Like no one in their right mind said, "Oh man, Chad Gable got hit in his head and he passed out." No, he was dead. That was it. Like, oh my God, he died. Like,
remember Rey Mysterio getting thrown off the roof of it?
He was back wrestling that Monday.
Oh man.
But I liked everything that they did, and then bringing all of them out.
Right. We got a kind of an intro to the group. I love the walk that he had Uncle Howdy doing. Like it almost looked like the Crow. No, it was perfect. Perfect. That's how you introduce a group that has supernatural things going on. That's how you do it. Okay, so they got supernatural things going. Like, this is wrestling. We know that this is like a live action comic book. Okay,
right.
So they're telling you this group has supernatural stuff going on. They didn't drop a quart of blood on them in the middle of the ring.
Nope.
They didn't do any of that garbage. This is boom right here in your face. We beat up Chad Gable. Like, he's not freaking dead. Come on. We beat up Chad Gable. We beat up the gorilla position for no reason at all.
Like, people, there was a post that I seen. There was like the victims of the Wyatt Six, right? And it was like Chad Gable, Adam Pearce, Triple H, Gunther, Seth Rollins. Kind of thing. Yeah, so I'm just like, because now there was like little Easter eggs. Because when I seen like Seth Rollins, I was like, "What are you talking about, Seth Rollins?" And then somebody sent a screenshot. So somebody sent a screenshot of when Seth Rollins was doing the promo with Damian Priest. You've seen the shadow of Uncle Howdy in the stands as he was talking, and I was just like, that's some real like detective work that people are doing. And that's what I love about this storyline, for the simple fact that they're making you think. They're making you watch and go back, and it's smart because now you get to you're gonna sit there and watch the whole entire show,
Right.
because you're gonna want to see where those little Easter eggs lie.
And the little, when they had the little things to click on, and now they all meant something. We kind of took for granted, oh, they don't mean nothing anyway.
Right.
And now we see, okay, no, maybe they did. Maybe I need to go back and look at what they were talking about in those in the little snippets.
Mm-hmm.
So so now you got to pay attention. Like now you gotta, everybody's got to be on edge now. Like that's beautiful. Like especially for Raw. Like Raw's a 3-hour show. You got to keep our attention some kind of way, right? So so that's perfect for Raw.
Because people were like, why is he attacking Chad Gable? And then there were clues that were given out where you see like his initials.
Yep.
I forgot. It was on something. I forgot what it was.
Right.
And then there was like a video that went out where he was just like giving out like clues to like different people. And one of those things were like when he said, you used to say thank you.
Oh, right.
But you don't anymore. And I was like, holy shit. Like, it's just because the way Chad Gable's been going lately, I truly forgot that he hasn't said the words thank you in like weeks.
Right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. I want to see what happens with this storyline when it comes to the Wyatt family now. Mm-hmm. Just because, like, eventually they have to get in the ring and wrestle. But what do you do with them? Are you just going to let them be dominant in WWE? And then eventually the fans are going to be like, hey, like they're going to need a title.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And obviously, like, say if The Miz and R-Truth have those titles, they're going to end up taking it from them and giving it to the Wyatt family.
Well, I kind of like, and I'm actually anxious to see Uncle Howdy in the ring. Mm-hmm. I want to see how he go. Like, how's he going? Like, how's he looking in the ring? Like, mm-hmm. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So I like to see him go in the ring. Yeah, it would be interesting to see them as like that tag team that they would have as well. It'll be interesting to see. What's her name?
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross with this character in the ring. So yeah, no, they made a new interest in all these wrestlers. Even like I'm glad that they got a change of character, and now it's a faction that we take seriously.
Yep.
And yeah, so I'm just kind of going through the. Vicky, thanks for coming in. Like she's been talking to us. And then so Clown was saying that like on the notebook that like so he's worried about that CG initials for Carmelo. So let's see what happens. But yeah, but that's the thing. Like now it's just guessing until it happens, and then you try to put the pieces back together after you see what happens. So that's great. Which is great. Like I don't want to be able to predict this stuff. So
and I don't want to see them every week. Like continue with the QR codes,
right?
And just keep us guessing of when they're gonna come back and do something to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Vicky, to answer your question, Uncle Howdy is being played by Bo Dallas.
Right. Right. That's Bo.
Yeah. So that's
who should be playing Uncle Howdy.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't see anybody else playing that character.
No, because he knows exactly what his brother's vision was.
Mm-hmm.
Let him run it. And the guy who made the outfits, he also knew what was going on. So
right.
So yeah, let them. They got it. Like they know what he wanted. And let him do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let him do it. It's working. Okay, it's working. So let him do it.
I did that. So I was going back to the notes here because when I was talking about like TNA, just they're in the kitchen cooking.
Mm-hmm.
They brung together
Mm-hmm.
a tag team that we've been rooting for years.
Mm-hmm.
So we seen that Jeff Hardy is out of his contract with AEW. He reunited with Matt Hardy in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
The Hardy Boys are back.
Yep.
Because of this relationship that TNA and WWE is having, do we see the Hardys in WWE again?
I think we like we were talking about last week. I say give them like a last dance kind of thing. They deserve it.
Right.
Let them do it. Yeah. I think Jeff would make it through. Knowing that like, hey, here's this whole program for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever you need to do to stay sober or whatever it is, come on now. You know, we need you for this whole run, like one last run.
Right.
And I think he would be like, I think they could do it. So yeah, I would totally do it. I think they deserve it. I think it ends, of course, with the Hall of Fame.
Would you be upset if they put them in NXT to help out the younger talent?
Not if it's like if you're telling me that's just how that's how they're gonna start.
Right. Like they win the NXT Tag Team Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's say they start with that, right? Like let's say they go on this whole run where they win the NXT title, give it back, go to the main roster, win at either like some big pay-per-view, they win the World Tag Team title one more time. Give it, and then hey, when we lose this title, we retire. And then
I can see that.
Yeah. And then boom, and then again ends in like they're Hall of Famers. Like they're gonna be in the Hall of Fame. So you know, because I guess the selfish part of me is like I'd like to go to the Hall of Fame in Vegas and see them in Vegas getting put in the Hall of Fame. So,
but the thing about it is, it gets me is like I said, I love the Hardys. I'm glad that they're back together. I would love to see them in WWE again, but it's just kind of fucked up that you leave WWE to go to AEW because you think that it's the grass is greener on the other side. They shit on you, and like you're slowly trying to make your way back. It's like you had the good girl. She has some flaws, but she was still loyal. And now you went with the cousin, and she was okay for a good while, but now you want that old thing back.
Right. Well, you know how WWE is. Like, they don't care about that kind of stuff.
Because they're all about making money.
Well, that, and you got to remember, like, even the way WWE was born was getting talent from other companies. Okay, or I would say this for like WWF and the way that we know, like the Rock and Wrestling thing, like that was from they were poaching the biggest stars from each territory. Okay, so that's why that's why I really feel like going back to Vince, like that's why he didn't mind if somebody said, "Hey, I want to go over here for a while. They're offering me more money." He never. You can literally punch Vince McMahon in the face and come back. So okay, so that's why I'm like, none of that matters to them. So like, yes, the money, 1, 2, they know the wrestling business. Like the wrestling business is like, especially for wrestlers, they're contractors. They're really like, if you know, like when we peel all the layers back, they're contractors. Okay, so they're contracted stuntmen and women. So they're going to go where they feel like they're going to be able to artistically do their thing the best. And sometimes it doesn't work out the way they thought it was going to work out, right? So it's not quite the same as a relationship. Because, I mean, let's face it, like WWE is a job. And just like we know about jobs, they will replace, like, you're replaceable. Yeah. You could die at your
Mhm.
desk, and they will fill your desk the next week.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that's why it's not quite the same. The example you gave is not quite the same, even though that's a screwed up situation. Yeah, that lady would be good. I'd be showing her the door.
Right.
Okay, but that's not quite the same thing. So yeah, no, they're the Hardys are up there with the greatest tag teams of all time. Let them go, and then especially for them to come back to WWE to end it all. You do it.
Ken was saying, what if there's like a NXT invasion
Mm.
in TNA? I could see that happening.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Especially we've had TNA talent in big events now in WWE. So absolutely, that's money. Like like we've been talking about with TNA and WWE. I think WWE can see that they have enough talent there. The roster there, they know what they're doing. You put them in a WWE ring, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, put it that way. So, yeah, I can definitely see it. It's like imagine a Survivor Series. Like so now, give the Survivor Series some more spice.
Fuck it, bring it back. Let's get War Games.
Boom. Okay, so tell me nobody's watching that. Like come on. Moose is like Team Moose versus Team whoever. And,
Trick Williams.
Right, and then on the same card you have the two bloodlines going against each other. You know, so that's a damn pay-per-view right there.
I can. You know what? I'll be all for that. And not for nothing, I would want to see more of the TNA talent win rather than like WWE. Or
sure.
NXT.
No, you put TNA over. TNA over. Yep.
You do what Tony didn't do.
Right. No, you put TNA over.
Exactly.
In a great match. Nobody's nobody's gonna be mad at that. Nobody that's a true wrestling fan would be mad. So yeah, no. In fact, I make WWE the heel. Like they're kind of like the heel in the story.
Oh yeah.
We're the big. We got more money here. Why are you even here? Kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Not for nothing, one person who benefited from this whole WWE TNA like collaboration is Joe Hendrick, right? Because he put himself over with this song, with his theme song online, because he was doing the whole oh my god, what was the name of that song when the guy was just like never gonna give you up,
oh yeah,
never gonna make you cry, right? And you will always like there'll be like a video and then all of a sudden the song will fucking pop on, right? And that's how you started to remember the song. And what's funny enough is that I went to a concert.
Oh man.
And the fucking guy was there.
Oh, that's funny.
Because at first I didn't remember the guy's name.
Right.
And then all of a sudden when the song came on, and I was like, oh my God, I looked at Jackie and I said, I know this song. And she was just like, I don't remember it. And when the guy started singing, everybody, obviously it's a much older crowd,
Well,
and
just
it was
when you get to, Rick, that's right. Yeah, no, when you get to that chorus, I think it's kind of universal. People don't know the lyrics in the middle, but the chorus, I think that's universal. I think everybody knows the chorus. So, yeah.
So that was the same thing like with Joe Hendrick. It's just like when you seen it and he just pops up and he does like the whole like spin over and he's just looking at you with the smile. And it's just like you're like, okay, this guy, he got something.
He's got something. No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
And there's other talent on TNA that
Yep.
Like again, if people saw them, it's like no, these people like have charisma. They just need the audience. So no, I would love it. I would love to see like this collab, and again, let some of these people get over. Like you saw, like so in the like we can go back to the Royal Rumble. Jordan was in there for a while, and wasn't she like one of the final four or eight?
Yeah,
yeah,
she was up there.
Yeah, so they're letting them get in the ring and flourish, and she had some good spot. Like she had some entertaining spots.
I mean, obviously they want to sign her, so they're gonna give her, some good spots to work with in order to make her happy and be like, hey, by the way, you seen how we doing it over here,
right?
Maybe leave it open to the possibilities that you can come over.
Out there,
yeah. I mean, you see how many people we have in the arena right now, right?
Which that was a stadium, so yeah,
exactly.
So
this could be you every night.
Well, if you don't want your producer all up in the video.
Yeah, like you don't want to be in the club with you don't want to feel like you're wrestling in the club, right? Right. You want to feel like you're wrestling in a movie,
basically. So yeah, no, I'm all for it. Let them, what Clown was saying, like let them do it. Go ahead and do where they invade and cause some havoc. I'm for it.
Ken
do
was
it better than the WCW invasion.
Ken was hoping that Jordan Grace would have won at Battlegrounds.
Mm-hmm. And be a double champ.
Exactly.
That would have been interesting. That would have been a Clown with the.
You ain't got no love for the West Coast.
You
ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Those are classic lines that only true hip hop heads would know.
Right. Did you watch? Because I was watching that Source Awards live on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh no, that was a talk after when I was in school.
Oh, okay.
Did you see this? Yes. They don't listen. There's rap beefs are not the same like it was back in the day.
No. So just to give you guys a little history from me, like a little DJ story time here. So when I was younger, like one of my one of my part-time jobs was I was an extra for a lot of things. So one of the things I was an extra for was Soul Train. And so Soul Train has this thing, it's like the awards night.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was there. Like I wasn't on the street, but I was in the room where we were having the party on the night Biggie died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was at the Aerospace Museum here in LA. So we're partying. I even saw him sitting over because he had something wrong with his foot at the time. So he was he had his own corner over there. And the music was going. You could see him bopping over there. You could point at him. He would point back, and he was having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And then so they left. I remember them leaving, and I just kept. I was like, no, I'm not because there was some women in there. So I was like, I don't care about Puff Daddy. I want to see these women. so I'm still in there dancing, and then we could hear the shots over the music when we were.
Damn.
The shots were downstairs and we were upstairs and we could hear it and we were like, whoa, what's going on? And then so my personality is like, okay, it's time to go. Right? So
you were quick. I ain't sticking around.
So I went to go get my car and sure enough, it was all yellow tape.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the two cars. It did not register to me until my mom woke me up the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, weren't you at this? I was like, at what? I get up and look at the news and see what happened. I was like, yes, right. I wasn't on the so I'm telling you guys, I wasn't on the street, but I was there. So I was there when Biggie got shot.
We need pictures of this. We need back in the day, DJ chilling at the Source Awards.
This is Soul Train Awards.
You know what I mean, I'm sure you went to the Source Awards too. Like,
no, I didn't go to the Source Awards.
You know what I mean?
Source Awards. No, I think to go to Source Awards, you got to be armed.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that year.
I'm gonna go into the comments here. Ken was saying, speaking of rap beefs, did y'all watch the Drake service last?
Yeah, we talked about it, Ken, before you
Oh
came
my
on.
God. You know what? Not for nothing. Ken, I have to ask Ken, like, is he from the East Coast? Because a lot of people from the East Coast was just like, yo, it literally felt like it was a show dedicated to mourning the loss of Drake. Because there were so many people there.
They were crip walking on Drake, on the career of Drake's grave. Is what they were doing. It was
bad.
Okay, it's over. Okay, it's over. It's over.
You know, oh, he's from Cali.
He's from Cali. Okay. So yeah,
he probably was there last night.
Yeah,
because everybody in their mom was in that shit last night.
Yeah,
but
Ken, you were in the forum reciting the words, weren't you?
Because I heard they played that song 5 times.
About 5 times.
But my question to you guys is like, does Drake even respond to this now?
No. Did you hear that last song Drake made?
But I'm saying though, but it's just like,
just stop. Just stop.
Oh, okay.
Just go to. If I were him, I would do R&B from now on.
Wow.
Just go back to like the songs like One Dance. Just do that.
Nah, I want to see Drake clap back. Like, I need him to be.
Clap back.
I need him to be at a fucking mega arena. Son, Drake just got to start doing country. Nah, he didn't die. Listen, he didn't die that bad now. Like,
he died that bad, dude.
Nah,
yes, he did. Dude.
He said, "Bring the wheelchair back and roll to the grassy." No,
yeah. No, it's over, bro. No,
nah,
it's over,
it can't be.
It's over.
It can't be. So I need this rap beef to continue.
It's over.
Drake, if you're listening, clap back, Drake.
No, if you're listening, go write an R&B song.
No.
Don't mess with this man no more. He made a triple platinum album on your disc. Stop. Okay. This is over. Like I'm like Apollo's manager and Rocky, throw the damn towel. Like, it's over, man. Stop.
I'm Rocky in this situation, holding the towel back, looking at Drake, because like, you got it.
No,
fight back.
No, don't. Why you want him to get his ass, dude?
I want to see it happen. He got to get his licks back.
There ain't no lick.
When you got when you got half of the Los Angeles Clippers out there dancing and high fiving each other. Nah, we can't have that
entire form.
You know when you got LeBron James,
the form on Juneteenth was sold out, singing your song. Okay, I see dead people.
You had Dre. You had Dre out there. Nah, somebody got to clap back.
There's nothing like, dude. It's like a fighter getting knocked out, and then you see a video of him working out the next week. It's over. The fight's over.
Right.
Okay.
It's not right.
Fight's over.
Nah, you better fight back. I'm like Mickey in the corner of Rocky. You gotta fight back.
Take the gloves off. Shake his hand.
I got no faith. Yeah, I got no faith. That's all I gotta say.
I really don't.
That's crazy to me. Last topic that we have here. Obviously, I wanted to get into that because Ken came in late.
Right.
Last topic: will Jey Uso win Money in the Bank?
Oh. You know what? The reason why I can see it is because, again, so we talked about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so think about how the case is even going to look, like when he wins it. When it's the Jey Uso Money in the Bank briefcase,
right?
Is what I'm saying. That shit's gonna sell everywhere.
I may have to buy that.
Okay, you
If
see what I
put
mean?
yeet,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So with those colors on it, so just that alone, okay. And then again, and the guy's he's over, and I think he's ready. This is a great way for him to get a title is to do this for him. So no, it's time. Like, and I think he does win it. It's gonna be a great match. Yeah, no, it's time. It's time.
I definitely think that it's time for Jey Uso, especially if you're gonna keep calling him main event Jey Uso, you're putting him in all these main events. He got to win something,
right?
It's like that Denzel Washington meme. It's like, I'm gonna leave with something,
right?
Like, he better leave with this fucking Money in the Bank,
right?
Because if he don't, I'm gonna start getting my Twitter fingers together. This is bullshit. Again,
it's time to change his name. Then, like that's what I'm gonna
change your name.
Yeah, that's what
name.
I'm gonna tweet. Like, I will tweet that. Like, I promise you, I will tweet. If he loses, I will tweet. Okay, it's time to take the main event off of his name. Then
take the main event name out of here, because, like, I definitely don't want to see that shit no more.
No, it's time. It's time, and you brought a whole new faction out after he wins his qualifying match.
Mm-hmm.
So come on, man.
Because all the people that are coming into this Money in the Bank now are people who are basically trying to make a name for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got Braun Strowman, you got Finn Balor he's gonna end up coming back again because he's gonna get a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Dragunov? Mm-hmm. He's replacing Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to get in there. Who else? Bronson Reed is trying to get in there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, the worst thing that I could see possibly happening, and because it's WWE, I can see it, is that Braun Breaker wins Money in the Bank. Just because of what they've been doing with him the last couple of weeks.
Where he's this monster.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he needs to do that with like, say, Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go win that title and have that title for a minute, tearing people up.
Right.
I would actually like to see Finn Balor win the Royal Rumble. Because that's one of those things. I think he deserves that performance, like the work he's been putting in all these years, and then let that be the way he goes against Damian Priest. But I think people are ready to see Jey win now. Like, it's like, okay, we've seen him get close this many times. We know he can wrestle in a main event match. We've seen him even, with his cousin. We've seen him have a great match. So let him get the case, and then he cashes it in at whatever time. But going with what Ken is saying, I would actually like to see that story play out with Finn winning the Royal Rumble.
But can you see Damian Priest being champion for a whole year?
I can't, especially after the Castle match. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see somehow he keeps it for that long. Yeah.
What Vicky has to say over here: Judgment Day will break up because of Priest and Balor wrestled each other. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think it's gonna be more than that. I think it's gonna be little. I think like
so many ways it's gonna split,
yeah. JD obviously is gonna side with Finn because that's his friend. Mm-hmm. That's who brought him into Judgment Day.
Right.
The only person that I probably would be like the two people will be Rhea and Dominic.
And I think somehow before Rhea comes back, I think Liv gets herself somehow in the group, like, even if it's unofficial. Mm-hmm. And then that's going to be a problem when Rhea comes back. That's going to be part of the breakup. Right. Because then now I think Damian's he's gonna be split. Like, I think he's starting to like Liv. Like I think he's starting to slowly get into her. And then Rhea comes back, and then so that's going to be part of the breakup. So I'm telling you, they got so many ways that this is going, like, which is good. Like this is so they're not going to break up for something stupid. It's going to be a multitude of things.
It's definitely going to be a reason as to why they're going to break up.
Yeah,
Judgment Day, like in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah. Clown was saying that Gunther. Yeah, Clown was saying that Gunther's going to win SummerSlam. I don't think he's going to win SummerSlam. I think that obviously Judgment Day is going to interfere, and Damian is going to be upset because he wants to try and beat these people,
right?
Like legit,
right?
And not have outside interference,
right?
You know what I mean?
But Gunther will be world champion at some point.
Eventually,
yeah.
And this is why Damian is giving Seth Rollins a chance at the title at Money in the Bank. Because when he won it, Seth Rollins wasn't even at 100%.
Right. That's right.
But then a lot of people online was saying, like, is it too soon for Seth Rollins to come back now?
I don't know. Like, I mean, because he's back, but it's not like. Yeah, I guess that's a good question, though. That is a good question. Because I like to see him in the ring for a minute, like to see what he, let's see how he's moving. Let's see,
right?
Which we'll probably see next week. So, so yeah, so we'll bring pin that topic for
we'll go back to it.
Yeah.
But then Vicky was talking about the whole Liv and Dom problem. I love it because I find it so hilarious that each week it goes way beyond TV, because she does stuff where she's just like leaving comments on Instagram and Twitter.
Right. Right. So yeah, so they've done like Vicky's saying here, like they've done a good job of giving us something to watch for 3 hours on Raw. So now there are storylines you're looking forward to seeing. Like, so again, even though McIntyre lost, you're still okay, but you got a story with him and CM Punk. You have the Judgment Day. What's going to happen? You have, so you have Jey Uso. Now you have the 6. Damn, like, so you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
One topic that I forgot to bring up, and that was what Drew McIntyre did on Monday. He walks out to the ring. He doesn't give no type of explanation. He don't bitch, nothing. He just said, you know what? I quit, and walks off.
Right.
And everyone's trying to talk him off the ledge. Adam Pearce is out there. Triple H is out there. Like, everybody in the back is just trying to talk to him. He's like, nah, fuck it. I'm out, and just leaves. I thought this was good.
Yes.
Because week after week we hear the same shit every single day, and this is why we kept saying that he's just Popeye's biscuit dry, because it's just like, yo, every week we hear the same bullshit from you. But then he turned it around and he's just like, yo, I quit.
Right. After all that, got the title shot in my hometown, I quit.
Like, I'm not gonna deal with this no more until you fire CM Punk.
Right. No, that was great, because that makes sense in the story. That makes sense. That makes total sense. Something that makes sense. Who knew? That's what would be good television.
And I loved it, but I want to see what happens next, because obviously they're probably gonna keep Drew away from TV for a good while, for a couple of weeks. We're probably gonna most likely end up seeing Drew versus CM Punk at either Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. If they were smart, if not for nothing, if they were smart, I mean, well, Money in the Bank is going to be in Toronto.
Yep.
So you'll want to get that big crowd. So obviously you'll probably just end up putting them in that Money in the Bank match.
Oh, here come the knuckleheads.
Oh yeah, my phone is going off. I see that they're calling. I ignored it, but but I want to see where it is. And like this guy freaking toes like pick up Kenny. No, I'm not picking up the phone. I want to see where this leads up to.
Right.
Because
we
now
already know you don't like.
because
we already know what you want to say. You don't. You don't like Cody. We understand.
Right.
We understand you don't like him.
No, but the thing about it is this has nothing to do with Cody though, because Cody is on a
Right.
completely different show.
But I know that's what he wants. I just know him. I know that's what he wants to talk about.
Right. And it's just like, and then like CM Punk doesn't have anything to gain from this.
No,
So-
but he's
so
having.
it's
But it just seems like he's having fun though.
Mhm.
Like that's the thing. That's what I'm enjoying.
Right.
Is that it really feels like he's having fun with this. And this is such a good story. And like I know, even McIntyre is like, oh yeah, this is good. You know, so like, and again, I would love to see a match with them at SummerSlam. That would help sell it, even though like they don't need help selling it. But I'm just saying that'll be a great addition to the card is
Exactly.
Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk.
Because I definitely want to see it. I think now the roles, because McIntyre is saying that he quits, like
Mhm.
I want the roles to be reversed.
Mhm.
Like I want to have Drew stalking CM Punk, going to Chicago,
Right.
like watching Punk go to like his favorite bakery and all the other stuff.
Mhm.
Fuck it. I want Drew to go to the extent where he kidnaps his dog.
Mhm.
Like,
Oh shit! Yeah.
like you want to be Stan? I need you to act like Stan now. All right. I need you to sit there and like do whatever it is you need to do in order to set that man off.
Right. Now, you're gonna have a match with me at SummerSlam. I don't care what I need to do. Yeah.
You know, but I don't know. Drew has to do something. But I'm liking the fact that they're not they're not sitting here and just letting him cut these long ass promos for no apparent reason at all.
No, it's not necessary. No, you let CM Punk talk in this. Not Drew. Let Drew do the things like he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, let him go to Chicago and like make fun of stuff in Chicago and
Yep.
you know.
Fuck it. Put Drew McIntyre in the match for not Drew McIntyre. Put CM Punk in the match for Money in the Bank. Because now people will see CM Punk trying to get into the Money in the Bank. They're automatically going to think that Drew McIntyre is going to come out and cost him the match.
That's right. Yep.
To qualify for Money in the Bank. But what if you let him go in there and win his qualifying match, get a spot at Money in the Bank?
Yes. No, that works. That does work.
CM Punk is starting to climb up the ladder.
Right.
And here comes Drew McIntyre pushing him off.
Or kick the ladder with his move. Yep. Yeah, and then right after they go fighting up the ramp, then Jey Uso picks the ladder up and
yep.
And then CM Punk gets to watch somebody else, get the briefcase.
Exactly.
That would work.
For me, I feel like that works.
Yep.
It definitely works.
And folks, like for those of you, we've done this before. Like we've written things that have ended up happening on this show before. Mm-hmm. So I think we did this for WrestleMania. I think we pretty much wrote what happened at WrestleMania.
I forgot which match it was that we talked about, and it was just like, oh, you see, it was Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania, where you was just like, they should be the first match, and I believe that they were. And then we had the tag team match where you're just like, hey, that should close out night one, is a tag team match. And that's what we had with Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Cody and Seth Rollins.
And just to give you guys context, we were saying this on this show before everybody even knew that it was a work that Rock came in and took Cody's spot. We're like, this is a work. And then we said all of that on the same night that we told you it was a work before everybody. Like, so I'm telling you, people need to listen to us.
Right.
People need to listen to the show.
Because I remember we talked about it, and then they had the whole Meek Mills teaser for the trailer to WrestleMania, and then sure enough, when they finally put out the trailer, which was around Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
What do we see? We see The Rock and Roman, and then we see Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, obviously after the press conference, and they end up being freaking. They're going into a match with each other at WrestleMania, and sure enough, it's exactly the way you pretty much just predicted it, which was great.
Yep.
Now it's the whole CM Punk Drew McIntyre thing. Like, where do we go from here? Type of deal.
So yeah, no, you let CM Punk he should let him get a spot. Same, and then boom. Like, so he cost Drew at Mania. Mania gets and then Drew gets to have him cost him his title shot or the briefcase at Money in the Bank. It all makes sense.
Toes we said that in 1996. I didn't know this storyline was going all the way back to 1996.
Yeah, when I graduated high school, that's when this.
But
you have a spy. Is it?
I don't know, Vicky. I don't know if Vicky's going. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that's obviously we talk about the whole storyline stuff. But I mean, listen, WWE they listen to the people out on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. Like, don't get it twisted when they be like, oh, we really don't listen to the people. Yes, you do. You take a lot of ideas from a lot of people that sit there and talk about, pro wrestling. You probably won't use everything, but you start taking little bits and pieces and then putting it together, and you make a really fucking good masterpiece. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Ken is like, damn, I graduated in 2007.
I didn't need to hear that, Ken.
Ken, I graduated in 2002? Yeah.
You children.
Holy shit. That's all right.
I'm on this show with a bunch of children.
That's all right. You're working with a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about Money in the Bank. We talked about now Clown's getting involved. He says class of '99, so he's almost there with you.
Yeah, almost. We would have been in the same high school.
Yep. Oh, Vicky says 96 for her too.
Oh, okay.
She graduated from high school.
All right.
So you're not alone.
Yep.
You're not alone. Is there any other topics you'll want to discuss?
I think for now we don't, because next week next week we got our picks for Forbidden Door. Is that right? For next week?
Yes. Yeah. Forbidden Door is next weekend.
So I say we ought to let some stuff cook here. Okay. And then we're because I mean, here's the good thing for folks. That's what's happening as wrestling fans. We got there's no shortage of stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good part, is that regardless of what company you like or whatever it is, that we got a lot to talk. Like, every week there's something to talk about. So that's a good thing.
I want to go back to Ken real quick. He's like, yeah, my fiance shit all the times because When she was a senior, I was 12. Oh, okay. All right, cougar.
You were
Okay.
in
I
junior
see
high,
that.
and you got the senior in high school when you were in junior
Basically,
high.
he was like, "Fuck, girl." When you was graduating out of high school, I was only 12 years old. Fuck. Okay. Back in the baddies. That's what's up. As the kids would say.
As long as she's not old enough to where she could have been your teacher, then you're.
Fuck it. Listen, there's been some fine teachers back in the day.
I was like, what schools were these? Like, none of my teachers. I only had one high school teacher that was hot, and after that, it was like, ooh, dang.
It was a downhill from there.
Yeah.
The only teacher that I remember,
She draked me.
That
Kidding, that ain't right.
She draked me basically. Wow, that's fucked up. That's some fucked up shit. Oh man. Anyway, I think like my math teacher was like the only one that I found attractive, like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I'm kind of wondering, is she still bad to this day?
Probably.
I don't know. She got pregnant. She was a fucking bitch.
Well, them hormones.
No, well, fuck that.
Yeah, I had an English teacher who I think, like, looking back, I was like, yeah, they probably shouldn't have hired like somebody that young to be in a high school class. Yeah, but I got an A in that class because I paid attention to every word that she said.
Exactly, because you win every single day because she was bad. That was pretty much it.
Yep.
And she knew it. She was just like, I know a lot of these guys probably come in here because they know I'm cute, so they want to see me.
And my locker was right next to her room. So
there you go.
That was fun.
I'll be peeking in every day like,
yep.
Hey, Miss Smith, what's up, girl?
Yep.
I need help. Oh man, let's go into some shout outs here. Obviously we've seen them here in the chat. Hopefully they're listening to this right now. But let's give a shout out to the Knuckleheads Network, the other half of the family. Shows every single day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on a Saturday, depending on how the schedule goes. You can catch all of the Knuckleheads together each and every night, starting at 9:00 p.m. All the way to midnight, because obviously they are still on right now. Sometimes they stay up a little bit later. They talk about anything from wrestling to life advice to comic books, sports, you name it. They talk about it. Nothing is off the table when it comes to us Knuckleheads. Again, another show to look out for is the Fake Cave podcast. They have their own Facebook group where people are buying and selling and trading toys and different types of action figures. If you want to join that group on Facebook, the best way to do that is to join their Patreon for only $1 a month. It'll give you access to their Facebook group. There's people like not Ken is on it, but Chad is there. I believe Clown is on there as well. You're on there. I'm on there.
Yep.
And all the members of the Fake Cave is on there too. Like I said, if you're looking for certain things in the wrestling action figure community, the best place to go to is the Fake Cave, because they're going to find it for you when you can't find it.
Or if you just want to talk, come in there and just
you want to talk shit. But obviously,
$1. $1. Like
$1 goes a long way in this in this group. Jabba Tears podcast, they're an amazing group of people who help us out on a normal basis to promote the show. They have a show coming up in August called Jobber Slam. If you're in the New York City area, by all means, check it out. They work for Battle Club Pro, which is an amazing wrestling organization here in New York City that puts on tons of shows, gets a whole lot of like interesting names have rolled through that curtain in Battle Club Pro. Top Dollar is actually going to be at their next show.
$1.
Yep, he's wrestling. Was it Muscle Malcolm, which is the wrestling influencer that's on there. He's done like a whole bunch of interviews with like different people. Yeah. So he's also trained to be a wrestler. He's going to be out there in New York in the next 2 months to wrestle AJ Francis, aka Top Dollar. Which sucks because I won't be here for that show. I actually have to go away that weekend, so I actually wanted to be there. But all the other knuckleheads will be there.
Right.
So we have a really good time when we're out there anyway, and we get rowdy and we have drinks, which is like the best thing. But if you're in the New York City area and you go to a Battle Club Pro show and you see one of us standing around talking or whatever case would be, come up, grab a shot with us, have a good time, and take some pictures.
Right.
Lastly, I want to shout out our sponsors. And the first one being SeatGeek. Obviously, if you are new to SeatGeek, if you use the code word the call up, that's going to save you $20. There's a lot of shows that are coming up now. The summertime is out here. People want to be outside. Yep. All these festivals, you can find it on SeatGeek.
Right.
Okay? You don't need to go through Ticketmaster. You don't need to go through Game Time. All right? Use SeatGeek. It's going to save you $20 on that order. Just use the code word to call up. I'm telling you, it helps. Yep. It goes a long way.
Very much so.
Ringside Collectibles is another sponsor of ours. And obviously, I know I spoke about the fake cave and trying to find action figures. But if you don't want to go that route, obviously go to Ringside Collectibles. They also have a discount code with us too. If you use the code word to call up, that's going to save you 10% off your order. Every single order. New customers, old customers, it doesn't matter. Use the code word. It saves you a lot. There's a ton of action figures that are coming out that I've seen that I actually want to get myself. That's right. And definitely, I even use my own code word to save some money.
That's right.
DJ, anybody else you want to shout out before we get out of here?
Oh man, just everybody that came in today and participated. Like, come on back. Tell your friends. Make sure you're liking and subscribing.
Mm-hmm.
All of that goes a long way for the show. And then they got me to where I can't wait to talk about this next week. Like to see what happens next week.
Oh yeah. Again, shout out to everybody who comes in every single week and joins us in these conversations, like Clown and Ken. Vicky came back. This is her second time in here. We had Brandon that came in here. We had Javon that came in here. We had Jamal that came in here just for a little bit, say hi and give his opinion on stuff. Tyson was having some internet trouble, so he was coming in and out. Toe from the Knuckleheads, he came in to chime in and to get I guess he was trying to get his voice on there. I should have just sent him a link so he could have just said something, pop in, and then pop right out. But then they're doing their show right now too, so I don't know how that will work unless he does it from his phone. I would think, but
he would probably figure out some kind of way.
Somehow, some way he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out somehow, some way.
Oh my god!
But yeah, listen. Without you guys here, like I tell you guys every single week, it'll just be me and DJ talking to each other. I don't think that we would go 2 hours without you guys. So thank you so much for coming over here every single week. I gotta before I just say bye, I just want to read Ken's comment. He goes, "I only had one hot teacher. Her name was Miss Hennessy, and I got shot. I had shot my shot, and I told her I'm trying to get drunk off her Hennessy." Because it's high school, I'm gonna say that was a smooth line.
Right.
Yeah,
you don't get a whole lot smoother than that.
He goes, "Sadly, I missed my shot." I mean, if you would have came out and said like she gave me a shot, I'd have been like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep. A Clown married his next door neighbor.
There you go.
They've been married now for 13 years. That's great.
Yep.
And she's 5 years older than him.
Well, that's not that bad.
See, we learn stuff, and that's the beauty of these things, right? If you guys are listening to the audio version of this right now, that's the beauty of us having these conversations on a Thursday, because we involve everyone.
Right.
the Knuckleheads Network, we like to involve everybody and make you guys feel like family.
Right.
Because we get to know you guys a whole lot more. You guys get to know us a whole lot more too. So it's never like I'm just watching a show just to watch it because I like the guys that talk. No, I love the fact when I hear somebody say like I love the show because you guys make me feel a part of it because we get to talk about everything.
That's right.
And I don't have to pay money to get my comment read. Like, what other show right now is gonna read Ken's comment? No, nobody. Maybe just the Knuckleheads. That's it.
$10 out there, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But seriously, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there, and then we'll talk to you guys on Thursday. Like I said, don't forget to hit us up on Instagram if you have any topics that you guys want to talk about. Obviously, we're going to put it down on our notes and have a good talk about it. It doesn't even have to be about wrestling because obviously you've seen in the beginning of the show we talk about everything and then we just drop right into wrestling after that. So guys, be safe and have a good one.